Really, the biggest competition is with yourself and making yourself better. I would go out on rides and see how long I could go for, and once that was kind of in a comfortable zone, I had to push myself to do other things. And as long as I made more progress each time, I knew I was growing. I kind of knew who God was and what He stood for, but I didn't really have a relationship with Him. I was invited to our squad by a friend. I almost didn't go because I was worried people would kind of turn to me while talking about God and I wouldn't really know anything, but I decided to go anyways. I wanted to push myself because it was something that I was interested in learning about. For hearing everything for basically what was the first time for me, it was a lot to take in, but once I was there, I got to learn more about Christ, and I kind of slowly fell in love with going every Wednesday. And I decided I wanted to go to church every Sunday. Wasn't comfortable at first going, but the first service was a really big thing for me, and that's where I definitely felt like I belonged at Renovation. And they were talking about baggage at the time and learning to forgive others, even if it wasn't something you were necessarily comfortable with doing. Usually I'm not a very forgiving person. I kind of like to hold grudges, and I recently actually had a big argument with a family member. I hadn't talked to this person in probably a couple months. After that first service, I remember getting on the phone and forgiving this person and how much better it felt. And with each new thing I learned, I kind of applied it to my life. I was definitely learning a lot in church, and I was looking for something else I could push myself to do. And I heard about DNOW, kind of talked myself into going, and I really enjoyed it, especially everything the speaker was talking about. And by the last day, that's when I found Christ. Finding Christ, it made a really big difference in my life, and I wanted to be able to share that with others. So I started volunteering at Camp Renovate. As I get to grow in my faith and learn different things, I get to turn around and kind of place that in front of all the 4th and 5th grade boys that I lead. So as I grow, they grow. I definitely wanted to push myself further with what I was learning in church, and stepping up and trying to be a leader in something is the best way I can do that. I joined Fellowship of Christian Athletes at Topsail High School. The teacher who was hosting the club at the time needed leaders for FCA. At the end of the first day, he asked who would be interested, and nobody else was raising their hands, and I figured that was one of the opportunities God placed in front of me to kind of jump on and push myself forward to help myself grow. So I raised my hand and became a leader in FCA. I found that pushing myself was the best way to learn and grow. I couldn't learn more, do more, get further through my walk with Christ or through mountain biking without pushing myself to do the next hardest step that I could find. In the future, I want to be able to read through the entire Bible and take as many notes as I can, so I can always go back and apply it to things in my life, help me be a better person, and to make as much of the world around me a better place.